Greetings, greetings, greetings. You're now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 709. We are today talking about the 9 trusts the IRS recognizes as real. Definitely excited about doing this episode. Really excited about doing this episode. We had a lot of trustees reach out throughout the years. We haven't really did it. We haven't wanted to put out, anything about the three-letter people, but we'll go ahead and talk about it today, and put it out there for people that are asking all the time. A lot of people reach out and say, "Oh, I got this type of trust." Well, we're gonna go to the actual site. You can go to the 1041 because a lot of you guys are saying you're in trust, so you would be utilizing the 1041 form. Maybe you got some of that. Some people don't even know that. The lawyer didn't even tell them what form they're going to use for the family estate. It's the estate and trust tax form. We're not getting into going back and forth about doing it or not doing it. What we are going to talk about today is the 9 ones that they recognize. So in this particular episode, we're going to talk about it. 1041. You can Google it, 1041 form. Just going to go ahead and get into it. So when you go to the 1041 form, on the top left hand side, it's going to say check all let apply. It's either a decedent's estate, it's either a simple trust, a complex trust, a qualified disability trust, a ESBT, a grantor type trust, bankruptcy estate chapter 7, bankruptcy estate chapter 11, pooled income fund. Those are the separate ones, ladies and gentlemen. So where on there did you see irrevocable trust? Where on there did you see private trust? You didn't see any of that. So how are you going to call it something that is not? Oh, I have an irrevocable trust. They don't even acknowledge it there. Because the irrevocability is not the true definition of what it is. So if you want to reach out to Trustee Training, Christian at trustchristian.com, we can go through docs, see what you actually currently have. A lot of people, they've been sold a living trust document. They don't really know it. They've been sold a public trust document. They don't really know it. And so if you want to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com, you can get a consultation. We can go over what you currently have. Christian at trustchristian.com. That's the email you can reach out to. When it moves from there, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about these different types of trust. So most of the time, most people don't even know what type of trust they have. You don't even see living trust on there. So when some people have living trust, how's that? It's not even on there. It's not even acknowledged by them. What about a public trust? Is that what whoever sold it to you? What about a spendthrift trust? What about the generational skipping trust? Ain't that what they call it? They got all these different names, but none of them showed up on there. Y'all can go look at the form. We encourage trustees to look at the form so they can know who they dealing with. The lawyers, the accountants know how they didn't show them enough of the information. We do business management consulting at the vault. We do trustee training at the vault. We're very clear on what it is, what it is not. So we can go through the document, we can look at it. A lot of people don't know that they have a grantor type trust. Bottom line. So we're here to make it clear today that you can feel free to reach out to the vault. Otherwise, people are left in the dark. They got these various different types of trusts. They've been sold these so-called entities. A lot of people haven't read the document and don't know what type of trust it is. But when it comes to filling out and making sure that you're filling out for the tax form, clearly, and it's not legal advice or financial advice, so we want to make that clear. This episode is not legal advice or financial advice. It's in the description. So, internet, whoever, we already setting the stage. It's not legal advice, financial advice. If people want to sit here and say they in trust, we could talk about this publicly because it's a public forum. That's why. So, at the end of the day, we're here to work with people that actually say, I need to make sure I know what position I'm in. I need to make sure that everything's done correctly. I need to tighten up. I need to really be running my family estate the proper way. A lot of people talk about they got a family estate. Oh, the government ripped me off and this, that, and third. But then what happened to you managing it like it's a business? And the family estate is just like the social. It's still a trust. So it's just, what person are you administering? Are you administering your name, or are you administering the family estate name? Everybody told I'm the executor. Okay, what's that got to do with anything? Who's the who's the trustee then? Who's the beneficiary? Oh, I'm the beneficiary. Oh, I made my kids the beneficiary. We thought your goal was to help you eliminate your family estate from being seen and taxable. You putting them in the beneficiary position, it does that. Because when they receive the money from their family estate, it's a public record, right? They public. You giving it to their public name, right? So once again, we're making it a point to have those candid conversations with people, trustees, and the like, and just go over it and be very clear about it. You either are a trustee or you're not. You either don't have the right type of entity or you don't. And most don't, because they don't really know what the right entity is. They just been sold something. Oh, I've been sold an irrevocable trust. I've been, sold something and this, that, and the third. Okay. Yeah, my lawyer told me I shouldn't be. My family lawyer said I shouldn't be in trust or foundation until I make $10 million. Until you make $10 million. What are you talking about? $10 million. We can go over how it's advantageous right now for you. People that got jobs. The IRS says you could put 30. Wait, they say y'all can Google it. How much can you give to a charity as an individual every year? Oh man, but I shouldn't lower my liability. I shouldn't do that. That's not the American way. Y'all want to talk like that? Oh man, that's not the American way. But y'all mad at billionaires. You mad at people that make 10 times more money than you. Talking about, oh, I don't know if I'm what are the trustees? And this because it's a little bit more of an emotional situation. You're like, oh man, I don't know if it's truly going to protect me. Partially because they're married. Oh, I don't know if it's going to protect me. Well, that's the facts. It's for asset protection. So how is it not going to protect you? But they not used to it, ladies and gentlemen. They're not used to asset protection. They're used to being left out in the public. They don't know that privacy exists anymore. Especially if they're foreign. Oh man, I don't know. I can give privacy in the United States. What do you mean? It's one of the tax havens of the world. It's one of the... Think about it. Why is gold going up? Why is silver going up? Because people are buying American gold. American silver. Let's go there. They're not, oh man, you want to talk about the United States? They putting money in the States right now. When the world, you know how they sit on the news and say, oh, the world is so uncertain. It's like, when was the world not certain? It hasn't been certain since the Great Depression. It hasn't been certain since they created the fiat dollar. So how are you going to sit here and say it's not uncertain? It's been uncertain. The question is, if it's been uncertain, what's the certainty? Oh, looks like asset protection. That's a certainty. When are you going to get on board that wealthy people have a thought process? It's no, oh, trust Christian. They've been given the riches already. They've been given everything already. You guys know people of your culture that are advancing, that are in this system. So you can't blame the erroneous information of, well, it's the Caucasians' information. The British Europeans, they took the information. No, it's up to you and your family estate. We've had many cultures come through. Asian, Hispanic, or Latino, whatever you want to call them. You got African indigenous descent people. We got people from different continents. Australia. So it's not a question of, oh, can you do it? First generation. Hey, we ain't going to tell you. You're trying to build a mountain out of a molehill. No doubt about it. Think about it. You're starting from wherever you are on the rung of the ladder of financial education, wealthy information. You're focused on building asset protection. Oh man, Trust Christian, this seems like a lot of work. Well, what you thought you was going to do? Did your ancestors sit around and watch TV? You think you're going to be able to sit around and do that? You think J.D. Rockefeller was sitting around doing that? You think the Vanderbilts? You think the Rothschilds? You think they doing that? Oh man, Trust Christian, you talking to me like that? Once again, it's the 1% information for a reason. You're either going to do what you're supposed to do to be involved in the system, or you're going to be in the public system by default. Oh, I don't want to be an entrepreneur, Trust Christian. I'm going to work my job another year. Are you serious? For all the trustees that went through trustee training, for all y'all, this is Trust Christian. Trust Christian talking directly to you. You wasted your time. Oh no, I can't believe he told me how I wasted my money. more so your time. You had to trade time to even get the money. That's your focus. Is trade time for money instead of actually learning how to put assets and putting assets in place. Some of them got assets. Oh man, I'm an employee. My family, they gave me property. I inherited property, Trust Christian. Yeah. Did you put it in trust the right trustee position yet? Oh man. Oh man, what? That's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. You see so many trustees. Oh man, you can't shortcut wealth. It's already a lot to do. It's already a lot to manage. You're managing wealth. You're managing capital. You're managing resources. Steward of resources. You're supposed to put a system in place. They want to come to Trust Christian and talk about, oh man, you try to give us a system. You gonna give us the system? At one point, you do make the system your own. At one point, the system does become the system's creative in general. But it's a system, just like you trying to use public school education in the real world and say, well, I went to public school. I should be financially independent. Well, did anyone teach you financial independence in public school? Financial independence. Did they teach you trusteeship from 0 to 12? From 6 years old to 18? And since you don't have that information, it's rather important for you to invest in your private education. Just bottom line. There's no way around it. Some people might say, oh man, Trust Christian, I gotta invest in my private education. How I'm gonna do that? Y'all don't even wanna know. We sit on the line with mentors. We used to say stuff like that to him. We surprised he didn't laugh at us. We surprised they didn't laugh at us. They didn't know. They didn't laugh at us. It is hilarious. Why? Because a lot of people got things that what the mentors say. Y'all ready for it? People are uniting with something that's anti themselves. The public is anti-private. The public is anti-individual, private individual. They're focused on public individuals. The public is focused on public trust. That means they don't want to deal with private trust. It's really that simple. So when people say, oh, I gotta make sure I got the right mindset. First of all, a lot of y'all trustees out here, y'all gonna hear this is a hard one. How you gonna serve two masters? How you gonna serve the public trust, the social security number, and try to serve the private family estate? Y'all gotta really think about that. Oh man, Trust Christian, man, what you mean? You gotta develop some new skills. You gotta develop your talents. Do you believe in yourself? You say you believed in the family estate. You believe that there was more information out there. You believe that there was something out there that could really enable your family. Oh, I want to do generational wealth. How you gonna build generational wealth serving somebody else's last name? Somebody else's business? That's hard to hear. Oh, Trust Christian, you make it sound so easy. Hey, how is getting up and sitting in traffic easy? How is that easy? And if it's easy for you, then we know where you'll be. Some of y'all feel that pain. Y'all feel that angst. Oh, Trust Christian, I don't belong here. I gotta get out of here. Alright, y'all ready? Right, ready, break. You gotta develop some skills and some talents. Some of y'all don't know what it look like. We're gonna share what it look like. Some of them, I don't know what you mean. I don't know if I have a skill or a talent. Trust Christian, what skills and talents do I need for trusteeship? Yeah, ready? A lot of y'all gonna find this hard to hear because you just ain't it. Some of y'all wanna be the boss, but you a temporary boss. That means you show up when you feel like it. You don't show up because the work calls for the day. You don't show up because you thinking about 3 generations from now, 5 generations from now, 7 generations from now. You ain't thinking about 7 generations from now. They got people over the internet telling you over the internet, why would you care about your family from 3 generations? No one's going to remember your name. Yeah, because you're a loser. But when you want to have your name remembered with your family estate in the family book to say you actually made it a point to give a dang about the next generation and help them out just like your previous ancestors did, then you step up to the plate. And you step up to the plate and you take on leadership. Leadership is a skill. It's a talent. It's an ability. A lot of people might try to play with it, but they playing with it for sure. When you want to be a leader, you got to do a lot of things that other people aren't willing to do. And that right there says a lot. A lot of trustees think they doing a lot, but they really just doing more than their little friend group. Oh, because you in trusteeship and your friends don't got to trust, or the people you know, they don't have the type of trust that you think you got. You a private trustee, so they ain't got trust. So they ain't got the type of trust that you got. So you know you smarter. But are you executing? Let's talk about it. So you gotta display leadership. You gotta display leadership. How you gonna delegate out the work? You got some trustees trying to do it all themselves. You gotta delegate out the work. See, trustees be trying to hold on with that employee mentality and think they gonna carry it in business. You can't. It doesn't work. When you take a vacation, that's when the money stops coming in. Why? Because that's the way your business, that's the way your life was built, off of a job. Unless you got paid 2 week vacation. So here we go. Leadership. The other one that the mentors encouraged us to get was uh, communication skills. You need to improve your communication skills. Trust Christian involved. You need to improve 'em. Like really? Like yep, you gotta improve 'em. You gotta be able to communicate. A lot of people think it's about the words that you use. It's not just the words. Like oh, I use the word trust Christian, and that's not a good proper way to speak in public. You got presidents that use the word you got congressmen that use the word. So where's this universal word thing that say you shouldn't use the word well, it fills in the gap in the space, and it's just you gotta let quietness go. We're not debating that. Once again, improving your communication skills. Maybe you do eliminate that out of your vocabulary. Maybe you improve your vocabulary. Nevertheless, you maybe okay. Here we go. How you gonna improve how you communicate with the lawyers if you don't have a Black's Law dictionary? You don't have a dictionary. You gotta have that Black's Law dictionary, the legal dictionary. Some people are like, oh, Trust Christian, I got one that's on the PDF version. Nah, we talking about the one you can hold in your hands. So once again, communication skills. Oh, Trust Christian, how am I going to improve my leadership skills? It's like we'll give people a few ways, that the mentors share with us pretty much how to improve these two areas because they were considered priority. The focus was, well, okay, they say, how do you build leadership, Trust Christian in the vault? The mentor said it easy. First thing you gotta do is you have to learn your skill. So how do you learn? How do you become a leader? You have to learn from other leaders. A lot of people don't want to hear. How many people are studying trustee material every single day? They think Trust Christian. Oh man, Trust Christian, you've been doing this forever. Is how are you gonna just be a trusteeship forever? How are you going? Do you still study? We read articles all the time about people in trusteeship. We study people. We call people that are in trusteeship. We talk to people that are in trusteeship. We read books, listen to books, quote unquote, that are from billionaires that are people that are in trusteeship. That's how you learn the leadership. So you learn it so you can delegate and teach or mentor or whatever you're gonna do. But you got to know how to get other people to do things. That's leadership. Then like maybe getting a lawyer, maybe to get an account, maybe getting a bookkeeper, maybe getting a consultant, maybe you getting a protector, maybe you getting various different people that you have inside a trusteeship. The trust can quote unquote hire many people, contract work out, hire people, things of that nature. Y'all not ready for that? Oh, Trust Christian, how I'm gonna get somebody to work for the trust? I'm just starting out. Leadership. No, don't tell me that. I need the money. Once again, we're moving on. That's how the mentor said it to us. So that's the same question we asked. So then we get to communication. The mentors say, okay, you gotta communicate better. We're like, oh man. And the mentors told us recently, they were like, Trust Christian. I mean, not recently, they told us, they were like, you need to improve your communication skills, so you need to go to Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a public speaking environment where you can learn how to basically learn how to promote whatever you're talking about or sell whatever you're talking about. And at the end of the day, or whatever you have, a lot of people say, "I got a business," but have you went to Toastmasters to have other entrepreneurs and people, rank or, look at how you're speaking and critique it and get better? That's how you get better as a leader. You got to have other leaders critique you. Sometimes you got to be around other leaders so you can learn. It rubs off. Association through leadership, thought leadership, going to actual trainings that they have for trustees. So here we go. Communication Toastmasters. A lot of people don't want to hear that one. Like, oh man, Trust Christian, I gotta do that instead of watching Netflix. That's all you're asking. Bottom line, that's all y'all asking. What are y'all really missing? Y'all have so much time on your hand to manage your family estate. It's like you saying you managing your affairs for your social security number, but you're not gonna manage the affairs for the family estate. Okay. So we're gonna make it a point to say, hey, those are the skills and talents. Oh man, that's it. The skills and the talents is, a few of them that you definitely got honed in on some heavy status for sure. People that trust Christian practice public speaking on here, practice public speaking on many different platforms with other individuals, uh, putting your feet to the fire, you know what I mean, and just jumping in head first and actually doing the work, and we interviewed a third generation trustee, and it's interesting because they actually said that a lot of wealthy people commend anybody that's attempting to do first generational wealth building, and they can see, especially if you come in the environment, you rub shoulders with them, and they said the reason they do that is because that shows that you're taking initiative. Now think about that. How you gonna take initiative on a job with a job mentality? That's how y'all know this is a different environment. So they were like, yeah, you don't need to worry about people respecting you. They're gonna respect you because you take initiative, and they respect that. And it's like, wow. So other wealthy people respect you taking initiative. Yep, they respect you taking initiative. Not the wealthy people respect you taking initiative. They respect your diligence. They respect your leadership, that you take action. Real recognize real. They respect that you actually are communicating clearly. Are you communicating clearly to them? Are you communicating clearly to people you come in contact with? So when people say, "Oh man, I got a communication issue," you're right. So fix it. Maybe you're not good at that. Maybe some people not, and that's fair too. But guess what? If you're one of those ones that you actually have the opportunity to improve your communication skills, you got to do it. It's not a, oh man, trust Christian. I got into trusteeship, but I still call it my trust. I'm a little lazy with my words sometimes because I'm on the phone with you, Trust Christian. Yeah, that's what it's called, being lazy. And guess what? The banker's not going to know the difference. And we've shared stories with trustees how we sat in front of bankers, multiple trusts, and they still made a mistake. Oh yeah. Why? Because you're talking instead of being quiet and just letting them do their job. You talking. Oh, is it like that? It's like that. No talking. Just focused on work. Communication, understanding when to talk and when not to talk, how much to share and what not to share, knowing who to communicate things to and who not to. You stop telling people in the public that you're a trustee of a private trust. That's the bottom line. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening, replay. Always appreciate everybody tunes in live, listening, replay. If you want to continue your education, Christian@trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian@trustchristian.com. Look forward to hearing from you all. Peace and joy.